I'm Karl Konrad and welcome to the June edition of Australian Immigration News, proudly brought to you by Australian Immigration Law Services in Sydney. Well, it's been a busy month in June with the swearing in of the new government, and all the hope and aspirations of the country now rests on their shoulders. We have published a few videos already covering the remarks of both the new Immigration Minister, Mr. Andrew Giles, and the new Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, since they took office. Their comments were very promising, pledging to revamp the visa system to a fairer and more permanent bias and to tackle the huge backlog of visas which require processing. However, it was this remark that made us wonder if the Prime Minister was properly briefed on the problem ahead of them.
Work on clearing the backlog that's there from people who have visas that have been granted and they're waiting 12 or 18 months.
Many of our viewers could only dream of their visas being processed in 12 to 18 months. In reality, it's more like 24 to 36 months for tens of thousands of people. I'm sure someone has had a quiet word with the PM of the real problem. In fact, he only needs to read our comment sections of every one of our videos recently to understand the scope of the problem. Thank you all to our viewers who have shared their frustrations of the delays they have experienced. The new figures released last week showing a record 423,000 job vacancies, and combine this with tens of thousands of unresolved visa applications, have made the migration system an urgent political and economic problem for Labor. In the Australian Financial Review, the Department of Home Affairs spokesperson was quoted as saying, "To assist further the reduction of on-hand visa applications, the department is developing a surge capacity to boost visa processing capacity. This will draw on staff from across the Department of Australian Border Force. Let's all hope they get on with this plan of action ASAP." The new laws regarding the 485 visa and giving access to vocational students who have met the Australian study requirement were released last week. From the 1st of July, for the graduate stream of the 485 visa, an applicant will no longer need to 1. Nominate an occupation on the medium and long-term strategic occupation lists. 2. Have a degree, diploma or trade qualification closely related to that occupation. And 3. Be assessed by a relevant assessing authority as having skills suitable for that occupation. In the explanatory statement released with the legislation, the government says, removing these requirements will encourage more international vocational education and training vet graduates to stay and work in Australia for a longer period. It will also open up the visa stream to a broader range of graduates with diploma and trade qualifications that are not closely related to the occupations on the skilled occupation list. That's the good news, and now the bad. Unfortunately, this 485 visa change is scheduled to last only 12 months from the 1st of July. If you want to take advantage of the relaxation of the requirements, you must apply before the 1st of July 2023. However, the government has stated the duration of the concession may, however, be extended by legislative instrument should current labour shortages not be ameliorated after this period. In simple English, if the government thinks they need more workers to prop up the economy, they will extend it. It's not really what the vocational sector really wanted to hear from the government. These changes are not going to motivate a student to study a vocational course, because by the time they meet the Australian study requirement some 2 years later, the concession may be retracted. It's certainly not the boost in the arm the industry was hoping for. There are two main streams of the subclass 485 visa, the graduate work stream and the post-study work stream. From the 1st of July, there will also be a new one called the replacement stream. This replacement stream will allow holders and former holders of the temporary graduate 485 visa who have lost time in Australia as a result of the COVID-19 international travel restrictions to apply for a replacement subclass 485 visa of the same duration as their original visa. This is a unique program and will remain available to apply for until the 1st of January 2027. The replacement stream will be open for application to current and former subclass 485 visa holders regardless of their location at the time of application, where the primary visa holder was 1. Outside of Australia when the original subclass 485 visa was granted, entered Australia on the original visa before the 15th of December 2021, and then departed Australia after this entry but before the 15th of December 2021 whilst holding the original visa. Or 2. Was in Australia when the original subclass 485 visa was granted and then was outside of Australia at any time between the 1st of February 2020 and the 14th of December 2021 whilst holding the original visa. For those of you who had their visas extended or enlivened until the 30th of September 2022, this 485 replacement stream is likely to be your avenue forward before that current visa expires. Like most things in life at the moment, visa prices are set to rise on the 1st of July. Fortunately, not in step with inflation, but rather by the forecasted CPI figure of 3%. A few examples for you. Partner visas will rise from $7,850 to $8,085. Skilled visas main applicant from $4,115 to $4,240, and to add a partner at $2,060 to $2,190. And the 485 visa goes up from $1,660 to $1,710. As expected before they took office, the Labor government has demonstrated a more compassionate approach to those being kept in detention by allowing the Biloela family to be released back into the welcoming arms of the Queensland community. Of course, we predicted earlier this does not mean they will change the Stop the Boats policy, but rather move away from a long-term detention policy. Thanks for joining us for this June update, and of course our regular updates will come out during the month of July. As always, take care out there, and I'll see you next time, so bye for now.